adding prices is in fact a two-stage process. The first, you need to set up your default settings within the settings page of your property, and this is stage one. And then the next step is to set up the actual price band rows or short break rows within your price plan, and that's the second stage. So just quickly looking at within the second stage, this is looking at your price planner. So I just want to highlight first things. So obviously you've got your first row here. This is your availability. This is going to block off in different colors, kind of similar to what it does in your grid view, whether you have any bookings present or not. And obviously, if they're white, there's no bookings present. So in my case, because it's a test account, I've got no bookings currently. But if you were having some, you could have some that were confirmed, some that were provisional, etc. And they would be displayed in similar color to what is on your grid view, for example. Your next row is the start days. Start days becomes a little bit more obvious, but these are the days that you allow arrivals. So for example, in this account, it's Mondays and Fridays. The next row is your prices. This is the row in which you actually allocate what the price is going to be for a set period of time. We then have this short break rows. Short break rows is only enabled if you actually allow short breaks. We'll chat about that later. And then this last row is special prices. Special prices allows you to provide custom arrival dates for specified lengths of time without actually needing to amend your whole price planner. Now, before you start adding prices, obviously I said you had to do the first stage within it was to make sure that you have the correct settings under the property settings page, because this will determine basically what you can see within your price planner. So whether you'll see your short break price band row, for example.
So we're going to start off with the most basic pricing module. This is going to be a week-long stay pricing module only. So this is where the pricing model assumes that you only take week-long stay bookings. So that's 7 days or multiples thereof, so 14, 21, 28 day long bookings. Let's go to the settings first, because as we said, this is the first stage of setting up your price planner for a particular property. Let's quickly scroll down to the start day for full week bookings. Okay, under this setting, you'll see that you need to tick the boxes for the days which you would like your weekly bookings to start on, i.e. your arrival days as such. These can be set each month individually, so different between January and February, for example, and you can tick more than one day if necessary, or you can tick them all if you'd like. In my case here, I've set them up to be Monday throughout the year and as well as Friday, so that means I'll allow week-long bookings starting and ending on Mondays or starting and ending on Fridays, for example. If I were to change that and say I only want to do Mondays, quite easy, use a toggle on or toggle off button. The next step that we need to do is ensuring that our short break model is set to don't allow short breaks. So that means that we're only allowing 7-day stays. Once I've done that, I'm going to select to say save. So now to manually add the prices for 1 week stays, you have to move to your price planner tab. So let's go to the price planner tab. Okay, once you're here, we're now going to be manually adding prices for the 1 week stays. What you have to do here is you have the option to select it. So you're going to select the start day of it. So here, for example, I've selected the start day of the 2nd of January. And then your next step is to select the end date. So in my case, I'm going to do a low season, January through till March. You can select it using the calendar. And then once you've selected your end date, you add in your weekly price and select save. You do have the options to add in a rate title. So for example, if you were doing all year round, you could say all year prices, or possibly if you wanted to say low season prices, for example. Select save. And there are your prices. So I'm just going to add in some extra prices quickly. Right, I've just quickly gone into my account and added some prices. So just so you know, these price bands can run for as long or be as short as you need. They can be week-long stays. They can run over consecutive months, for example. And just another note also that's very important is that the prices that you include in your price planner are those prices including VAT. Just so I can quickly show you, I have done a low season from January through to March. I've then added a mid-season from April through to the end of May, a peak season over my summer holidays, June to July. Then I've added August, another mid, and then in the December December, done another low season period. So what you'll see is that it's easy enough to add in the prices, but you want to make sure that these are what appear within your website availability. So let's quickly show you how to do this within your availability calendar. To easily test and troubleshoot your pricing break setup, I like to preview my website calendars. It's handy to preview your settings or any of the changes you made to check that they're live on your website. So let's quickly go to it. The way I do it is you go to Admin, Website Integration. Automatically it should show you your available calendars that you've set up within your account. I'm just going to preview mine. Drop down to select the particular property that you want to preview. So I'm doing test demo, which is one we've been recently working on. You'll see I've quickly made amendments to my settings to make sure that I have arrivals and departures to take place on a Monday and a Friday. So my availability has been changed slightly since I've shown you earlier. So you see that for a Monday, for example, Monday in July is part of my peak period. So I'd expect my price to be 1,200. So if I select 7 nights, yep, it's coming up as 1,200, and my maximum capacity is always what I'm busy showing, so I can go ahead and book. Let's go and check and see if we could do a mid-season. So that would be September, for example. Let's go to September, see if the same thing is happening. Let's try a Friday this time. So I expect my pricing to be $850. Let's have a quick look. $850, it's exactly as I expect. Okay, let's try November, which is my low season. Okay, this time let's try another Friday, Friday the 24th. Let's check low season, 7 nights. I'd expect my price to be £700. Correct, it's working as I expected.